So Damiano, over to you again.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon to everybody. Also to our friends that are connected online. I suppose that I must be seated due to the camera. I cannot stand, no?
You
must be seated. I prefer, if it is possible, otherwise I stay seated. Okay, I sit there. So there is not really a choice. Okay. It's a choice of following what you say.
Production companies.
Exactly. So what I'm going to try to do today as, next slide please, exactly as Dennis said, really I would love to have a kind of conversation with you rather than me telling you what it is about our General Assembly. First of all, I would like to show you a short video what it is motorcycling, because maybe we have a different point of view. So if you can launch the first video. So just a quick overview of the different disciplines and the different activities that we have around the world. If you want to know more, the slide please. If you want to know more about the activities that we do, can you, here we are. If you want to know a little bit more about the activities that we do, the last day there will be a commercial briefing from our marketing director, Fabio Muner, that he will go a little bit into the details of the different championships and events that we have around the world. Today I will focus my presentation on the main event that we have every year, that is the General Assembly and the FIM Awards. Short story, so we started close to 120 years ago. These are our values, and we try to promote in every event that we do and in our main activities, including the General Assembly and the FIM Awards, those values, because they are shared with all our members, 116 national federations worldwide, and our stakeholders that promote our events. Because we truly believe that without those values, our sport could not still exist after 120 years. As I said, we sanction roughly 1,500 events per year around 116 countries. We work with 15 promoters, and some of them are without promoters, and will be the focus of my friend Fabio from a commercial point of view. And we have the FIM Awards and the General Assembly that will be the focus of today. So this is what I've been asked to present. And here just to give an overview of what the FIM Awards look like. This is the last edition.
And welcome to the Principality of Monaco, as we are all here gathered to celebrate on what has been an amazing season.
We're going to be here for the next 2 days with the 2020 and 2021 champions as they pick up their medals.
It's always a pleasure to come here and to enjoy this beautiful day with all the riders.
Salut à tous, super content d'être ici à Monaco pour le gala de la FIM, donc on va bien profiter.
Oh là là. Oh là là. Yeah, first time for me. I want to be world champion again next year.
Back here in Monte Carlo for the FIM Awards 2021. Obviously last year, unfortunately, we couldn't get to come, but it's so nice to be back. You know, this place is super nice. We came in with a helicopter, and it's going to be a great weekend. So see you in the awards tomorrow night.
Motorbike Expo is the title sponsor for this media event, and it's also the most important expo related to bikes. So Federico, you have a big event coming up, correct?
Yeah, in January in Verona. Yes.
So from the 13th to the 16th of January 2022, don't forget it, they will be there.
See you there.
We have to tell the people this is a brand now. This is the big party that closes the season, and we have more and more industry people. The riders, they are really happy to be here. They ask me, we'll meet in Monte Carlo and all this, and this is fantastic. This FIM Awards is the closing of the season, but it's also the hope for the next season. And we are all together here in a very good environment, and this place is fantastic, of course.
So Johnny Ray, welcome to the gala. You're one of our champions this season. How does it feel to be here?
It's so nice to be back. It's an incredible event, you know, here in Monaco. Only winning a championship sinks in when you're in a room surrounded by other champions. So I'm really looking forward to joining them tonight and celebrate a great couple of years of motorsport.
Our two Moto3 and Moto2 world champions on the red carpet, looking very dashing.
Thank you, thank you. I feel a little bit strange in a suit. I don't know about it.
Really?
It's strange, yeah.
It changes from the leathers, huh?
Yeah, that's for sure. They're tighter than the leathers, that's for sure.
Are they tighter?
Oh, the jacket is.
No way.
Yeah, different.
No way, no way.
We come from a sport shoot, you know?
And I just want to congratulate all these guys which have made a lot of effort, a lot of work.
Beautiful. Quite heavy, eh? Nice to have it, finally. Yeah, it's been a long time, but yeah, really happy to be back here in Monaco and looking to the party now.
Next to the other titles medals, so it's gonna have a special place, you know, in my house. So, yeah.
It's amazing to have this in my hand. Like I said, the party is on to have one for next year.
our 2020 and 2021 champions all have their medals.
And as you can see, now it's party time right here at Jimmy's.
And we look forward to seeing you in 2022.
Bye from us.
Okay, so as you have seen, there are several activations, including the host city, Monte Carlo in this case. There was the Prince present. He gave the opportunity to do a pre-event in his car collection. We have had also activation of other main sponsors. The slide, not the video, the slide, here we are. Okay, so the awards, of course, it is the main event, but it will be basically 1 week of events for several reasons, some more corporate, some smaller, and some bigger. And then in the 3 months before the FIM Awards itself, normally with the host city, we prepare and deliver other 2 or 3 smaller events that can be panel discussion or masterclass or other format of events on topics that are of interest of the city. 2022, with the city of Rimini in Italy, we will have one for the communication of the young athletes, one of the tourism in motorcycling together with the University of Bologna, and one will be on the sustainability. So we try to deliver 2-3 small events in the ramp up of the event itself, so the 2-3 months before, in order to tease the local population, to tease the local media, and in order to create a kind of road to the FIM Awards. So why we do it? Of course, for us, first and foremost, for our institutional event, for our champions, for our stakeholders. Of course, we celebrate the end of the season. We want to work close to the teams and our champions. Of course, we collaborate with all our promoters and main manufacturers, and of course, for branding and creating revenues. How do we do it? We do it with working with a FIM family. We provide prizes to the various World Championship legends and awardee. Of course, we work with the host city, with the partners. We will have local authorities, national authorities, regional authorities. You have seen there was the Prince of Monaco present in the evening, local sponsors, of course, our partners and external partners. How do we do it? We steer the process of the FIM Awards with a local organizing committee provided normally by the host city or by the National Motorcycling Federation, if it is involved into the process, which are the benefit. So some previous cases that have been quite successful, the city of Jerez de la Frontera in the south of Spain. And the second time that they hosted, they wanted to be nominated capital of motorcycling, the world capital of motorcycling. We have done a lot of activation during the week. We involved the local media and the local authorities, and we signed also the declaration of a more sustainable and more inclusive motorcycle sport. Berlin, another case in 2016. We have had the chance to work with the Berlin Convention Office marketing manager, and it has been another successful delivery event. Previous edition, Estoril in Portugal twice, Monte Carlo 4 times, Jerez de la Frontera twice, Berlin once, Andorra twice, and Rimini this year for the first time. The benefit, of course, there will be roughly 750 participants that are coming there for a few peak nights. The rest, the average is close to 400. You will have all the world champions of all the different disciplines of the FIM. You will have all the manufacturers that are involved into the various disciplines, the world champions. You will have the major promoter present there, and the specialized press, of course, local and international related to sport motorcycling. If we go a little bit in details, you will have the rights of local national ticketing, local sponsorship, national sponsorship, and also the national broadcasting. So they will be up to you. We will cover the TV production, will be up to us. We can share with you the images, the videos. And of course, the sponsorship will be agreed together to not be in clash with our own sponsors. What we found interesting, mostly in big cities, it has been the sales of the ticket for the evening, because people love to go and sit beside world champions, and we were selling tables at 15,000-20,000 euros each. So the people are quite eager to spend one evening together with their idols, let's say. So normally the FIM put on the table close to 1.5-1.6 million Swiss francs. As I say, these are the guest average per day and per two peak. We have close to 1,600 nights in local hotels. We always try to include in our program, if of course there is a partnership with the local authorities, the local culture, gastronomy and heritage of the host cities and the region. As I say, broadcasting right on national channels, local sponsorship rights and ticketing. Of course, it is an opportunity for do networking at world level. Again, on the Friday during the General Assembly, we have seen that quite a lot of exhibitors, also local exhibitors, are interested to be present to showcase their activities and their services, because the participants will be our 116 members from all around the world. So it is a good opportunity to connect. This is only related to the FIM Awards. This is not reflect the overall of the FIM, but only on the FIM Awards compared to previous editions. Despite the COVID making us silent for 1 year, but we have seen quite an increase. Mostly when we go to the one that has been shared with our partners and with our promoters. And then here is Twitter. Talking about media, we have close to 20 international media that follow us normally, so they are present. In the previous edition, we get from 2 to 4 main national broadcasters, because they want to then retransmit what has been filmed at national level. And last year we had also Vogue, is that correct? Vogue France and Cosmopolitan, that France again, that were present despite being generalist international media. So key requirements: we need a city that is close to an airport, international hub, 30-40 minutes by car, 50, no more. We need a big hotel, 5 stars or 4 stars superior, that can accommodate the majority of the main invitees, with the several other hotels, 2 to 3 close by and walking distance or reasonably shuttle distance, for hosting 700, 800, it depends by the year, 900 participants. We need a congress center with the possibility to sit 700, 750 participants in a dinner situation, and we need a conference center, can be the same, for the conference with 450 participants for our General Assembly. Of course, with all the various services that go related with that. Normally, we require 400,000 euros as a hosting fee, and this can be in cash, this can be in value in kind. We are always open, and we always found good agreement with all the cities that we work together. If it is a financial contribution, if it is value in kind, we quote them together, we see what you can provide, and we include it in our agreement. We have launched last year a bid for hosting 2022 and 2023, and we got 2 cities. 24 we are in discussion with Madrid, but of course we are open also for 2024 and the future hosting opportunities. If we go, we see that the FIM roughly pay 2/3 and 1/3 is up to the host city. How do we do it? Normally, when we identify the city, we put in place a steering committee that is composed by me, by our event manager and the local organizing committee, because we want to be transparent in all the stages of the organization and the execution, and we want to have on board the local organizing committee, the city, since the beginning, because we don't want surprises, we don't want to have misunderstanding, because we know that when we speak about event organization, it's better to be clear since the beginning. And of course, this steering committee will deal with sponsorship, national, international, broadcasting, national, international. We will decide the themes that you want to put on the table from a host city point of view. We will see together the location, and of course, we will decide together the goals and the objectives that you want to achieve with that event and that we want to achieve with that event. Okay, this is just for other activity. Process timelines. Normally, we start a couple of years before, minimum the year before the event. If you are interested, normally in January, you tell us of the 2 years before, so year -1. We shortlist, we do the site visit, we take the decision in September, and we announce 1 year before in December, the year before of you hosting the event. That's it. Available for discussion or questions.
Sorry. Maybe I missed this information, but when we, let's say we host a championship event or a World Cup, or, do we have to cover all the disciplines, or it's only one discipline?
This is a ceremony. It's not a sport event. This is the FIM Awards. So we will have the world champions of all the motorcycling disciplines, but there will be no competition. There will be nothing to do on the track. There will be nothing. This is a ceremony to close the season and, of course, to lay the ground of the new season, where we will invite all our world championship team manufacturer in really a glamorous, I would like to say, atmosphere, in a nice atmosphere. But no, there will be no competition, no prize money, no transportation, nothing at all.
Have you ever done an event like in a city center, for instance?
In Berlin, we were in the city center. In Monaco, we were in front of the casino. So yes, this has to be an event that go in the city center rather than in some small or lost area.
And if you don't mind me commenting on, I think, what is behind your question and Damiano's answers, when we were engaged in this process initially with Damiano, the thing that struck all of us was the very thing I mentioned downstairs, that the city activation side of this, to have all of these world champions in the age, all genders or all ages, in your city, and it's exactly the point I was making downstairs, to have it in a metaphoric closed hotel footprint, even with some branding, is really a missed opportunity. So one of the challenges that Damiano has laid at our feet is how can we speak to the future host cities and say, right, you should be making much more of this. And there are options, I think, Damiano, even around attendance at the gala dinner. So we do think it's a huge opportunity, well beyond, those parameters. And I think, so your line of questioning was very useful.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to promote my company, but I work for Tribu Experiential based in Montreal, and we basically do some, event production. So this is the kind of, or the type of event that we are producing on a yearly basis, let's say. So we close streets, we do some stunts, we have a whole festival offer surrounding the whole competition, let's say. So I think it's pretty interesting, that type of event, and I think Montreal would be a good fit.
Exactly.
That's what you're here to do. You're here to sell your city. So
if I
nothing wrong with that.
If I have to do a breakdown, if I speak only about event production from an audio-video point of view and then the broadcasting of it, I spend close to 0.6 million. This 0.6 million, a small part is taken by my provider that we work since 10 years together, that they have a small team of 8, 10 major roles, let's say. But then all the services, all the support, all the technical support is taken locally. So this 0.6 is part of the total budget, of course, but goes locally. And the food and beverage goes locally. The local transportation stays locally, etc., etc., etc.
So I think before I hand over, so really kind of get your mind going on this. And I think if you have got ideas, certainly if Damiano's okay with that, I would certainly be speaking to us about it, because that's the challenge that he's laid. How do we do much more with that event than it could be at the moment? Sorry, there's a question over there.
Yeah, good afternoon. I saw on your website that most of your events are based in Europe. I'm looking at the e-bike circuit. Are there any plans to go beyond Europe and develop the North American market, or and we're interested in the North American market, of course, in Montreal. So are you planning to bring those World Cups outside of Europe?
Yes, we are. We are motorcycling speaking. The sport of motorcycling has been born and is still very powerful in Europe. Of course, North America and Australia, they are other two markets. If we speak about electric propelled bike or assisted bicycle, we are also active in Arabic countries. We will have one criterium starting from next year in the Emirates. When we speak about sport event, so this is outside what I just presented. When we speak about sport event, we need a national sanctioning body that believe in it. So I think I replied to your question. The national sanctioning body in the North America, so far, specifically in Canada, is very small and not able to promote the sport in motorcycling, or partially. And the AMA, the American Motorcycle Association, they are working on it, and hopefully they will come on board. But we do not impose a discipline, we do not impose an event. We need a national body that do it, and we support them.
Yeah, and the same is, if I may again, Damio, chime in, the same is about this annual Congress. The process that was followed recently was that, Damien, it was clear that we had to consult with the national governing body. With no way were they going to be bypassed. They were written a letter saying MEI is in town, going to deal with us. So for those of you from cities, you should have the confidence to step up to the plate to host that, the annual Congress and award city, because if I can use the word, the politics of it will be managed by other people. Okay, and without going into the detail, because it obviously wouldn't be appropriate, but Damiano gave us a heat map of these cities will be no problem, or if you approach them, these guys, it's going to be a huge problem, and these people might be sensitive. There were no problems. Because the letter because actually a lot of the federations, if they're small or busy, actually when you ask them as a city to host an event as a local organising committee, it can be a burden. So actually when there's something the city activates and takes that away from them, it really does help. So it was kind of interesting exercise that, so that would be my message. If these things interest you, just wave your hand, and the rest of it will be taken care of. Is that a fair comment, Damien? Yeah.
I think that's it. I will stay around until this evening, so please don't hesitate to reach out. Anyway, my contacts are on the beautiful app of the event and also on my presentation. Really, I think that Dennis underlined one main point. Since I'm managing this, I inverted the process. We really need to find a city that is interested to host it. We cannot wait for a sport infrastructure, we cannot wait for a national body, because at the end of the day, who is going to receive visibility from this is the city, is the local commercial activities, is the local stakeholders. And that's why since this year we will start with small events starting from September, because we really want to increase the expectation of all those involved in receiving these world champions that are coming. So far, with all the cities that you have seen there, we work brilliantly. But I would really love to go also outside Europe, as some of you said, because market as Australia, North America, and some Central American countries can be really interesting for us to go.
Any final questions, folks? Because we're about to drift downstairs for coffee. Anything? Any final comments? Damien, thank you very much indeed for giving us that overview, and you've had a chance to meet him as well. And Damiano will be around, so thank you very much, Damiano. I think we ought to clap because everybody else is online. So.